Hi guys, today you get to see my dream catcher video. One of my favorite activities while camping is crafting from natural materials. Here I make a dream catcher. The supplies you'll need is a bendy vine, yarn, 2 colors, beads, and a feather. First I started by taking that vine and bending it to a circle as best that I could, and I then tied the 2 ends together really good with the yarn, and took my yarn ball, wrapped it around a lot, and I lined the whole outside of that bendy vine with the yarn ball. Just roll it around and around and around. Just a little background for you while you're watching me get this started. A dream catcher is a pretty simple craft. They're made to catch the bad dreams in the night and hold them for the sun to burn up in the morning. So they're very cool and connected to nature, so I wanted to try and make one. Just repeating that same process over and over, wrapping that whole little circle vine with the yarn. When I got to the end here and I had everything wrapped with yarn, I just tied it off and cut the yarn. Wrapped the last little end around and tied it off a few more times. Pretty easy. And then you have the circle base for your dream catcher. Next up, I grabbed my next yarn, which is a little bit smaller, and wrapped it around. Now, somehow my camera messed up and you missed the beginning. I tie it off, and you kind of wrap around just like I did the brown, but not right next to each other. You leave about a 3-inch space between wraps. You loop it around, loop it through all the way around. And here I cut that from the big ball because it needs to be able to be a smaller ball to fit in between those little spaces here. You'll see in a minute. Winding it all up into a nice little ball so it can be small. And I put it through the hole of the other where I started. It's really kind of tough to see. I wish I would have used a better camera angle for you guys. Put it through one, wrap it, go through the next, wrap it. And that's how you make the web effect that is on a dream catcher. And you just kind of keep it pulled tight as you put it through each one, looping it through. There's not really any knot tying here, just looping it through each section. Loop it through, loop it through. You can see a little bit better here. It's the same thing I did around the outside edge. Just keep going through the next hole and the next hole and the next hole all the way around. And I keep doing this all the way until the center. So I'm going to run here a little bit more so you can see a little bit better as I'm looping. Here you can see kind of where the little parts were getting tighter and smaller, and I had to unwind my little ball and just use the edged end piece to pull it through. But it worked out all right. Kept it nice and tight pulled as I went and looped it through each one. And I tied it off right in the middle. When you get to the very end, you just tie it in a nice knot. Keep that string hanging. So we're going to decorate more with it. Decorative part that was hanging in the middle of the dream catcher. I added enough so that I had, let's see, 8 more strands, and I kind of did a box So yeah, you can see here I tied all those knots into 2 strings all the way down, 2 of them, so that was 4 in one, 4 in the other, to make those alternating decorative knots, braids, however you want to do it. And I took the other strings that I had there in the center and just strung beads on that for decoration. That's some different color ones, but this works. There's just some red wooden beads that were thrifted. I just strung them on here. At the end of the beads, I kind of looped it around there once so it would stay tied on, tied a knot. So I have my 2 decorative strands, which I'm going to tie at the ends here. A little bit more. And my bead strand in the middle. Then I take that feather and I just add it to the bottom of that last bead and tie that around a few times to make sure it's secure. Pretty easy. And then I have all my little ends. I tied them off one more time. Ends of my decorative knot strands. Tie the bottom of those. And get my knife here or scissors and cut those edges off. Any of those extra strings hanging down I cut off there. And there we are. I could have added more to hang down from the bottom. A lot of people add things on the bottom of your dream catcher to decorate it. But I just hung it from the center there and then I hung it up outside. So I hope you love this video. Thanks for watching.